نعم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته والحمد لله رب العالمين. So welcome back to our lessons. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So as I said in the last lesson, I mentioned that we are going to typography in this lesson. Typography is a part of design where you learn about text, how to add text, how to edit text, how to change text characteristics like color, size, weight, design, and other things like that. So let's go straight into the business. So before I move further, I don't like it as we have scattered designs of tutorial lessons over here. So I want us to have a folder where we can actually keep all those designs so that when we are done with everything, I can delete that folder. You get. So come over to scroll down, you will see folders. You see folders. So uh okay, open it back. So let's see if we can create a folder from this place. These are uploads. No, this is not what we want. So come to your project. Come to your projects. So you see this plus sign, then click on the plus. You see new folder, new course design, upload files import. So click on new folder. So let me paste the name I want to use. Then you can add people to it. So this is my own email. So okay, so I've created the folder. So if you scroll down, you will see the folder over here. Click on it to open it. And when you open it, you can now create a design inside that folder. And you can also move a design into a folder too. I'll show us that one as well. So I'm coming. So we'll click on add new. So inside this folder, you can now add a new what? You can add a new design. So you can see you can actually also have a folder inside another folder. So not the course, design. So you can see you can now create a design or choose a design. So maybe for example now, I don't know why this network is just going slowly. See, this thing is still loading. Can I reload this? I've forgotten the. Okay, now I'm offline. This is serious. Let me try to troubleshoot the network. I think it's back. Let me reload the page. So it's still reloading. Um, so it's still not going. Let's wait for you to come back. Okay, now it has loaded. Alhamdulillah. So you can see from this page now, after we've created the folder, we can see this. You have manage your content, add design, and create design. So from this place now, we'll click on add designs. So this is going to, I'm coming. So, hey, so you want to add a design to this folder from your project. Click on your project. You'll see your designs you've worked on in the past. Scroll, 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 see everything. So pick the ones you want. So let me pick this one we worked on. Come in, let me scroll down, down. I think it's down. Um, so many things here. I can't even find it. So I think it is okay. It is arranged alphabetically. Oh. So I can't even know the name that one started with. Okay, yeah, this is batch design. So click on it and click on move. So you're moving this into this folder. Exactly what I want. So I can work on this from this folder. So you can also add a new design. Oops, I never intended to create this to open this. So you can also create a new design to this. Click on add new. So you can what? If you click on design, you will choose design, the same interface we had before, but you can create a design, which is what I want us to do now. Create a design. This course and folder, leave them for now. So design and mm, let me say create new. Okay, so the same interface we have on create new designs. Click on logo. because we're still working on logos for now. Not basically like we're creating logos, we're working on that particular dimension. Okay, is square design. So, so now let's go into typography. Let me see if this is shown clearly. Yeah, it's clear. So this is template. Let's do the template. So as I said, even from the maybe the second lesson we had, I already showed us how to add text. Even from the subsequent ones too, I showed us already. So the first thing you need to do is come to this place. See this text part over here. So click on the text. So you can see many ways of adding text. You can add a text box. Normally just add a normal text. If you click on this, it creates this. Scroll down and you have this already. So you see how tiny it is. You can the size. Click on the element. Look at this round circle here. Click on it, long press and drag it. You'll see you can increase the size. And you can actually also change the size, not even by dragging, by clicking on it and coming to this place, you can increase the size. But basically, we are coming to this. That is the first way to add the text. The magic right. So describe this is the use of AI, the AI that comes with that's gone. So the AI that comes with Canva AI, where it's that's closed. So just describe what you want to write for you and it does that. Then the next one is the brand kits. I explained that this is only available for premium users. So if you are not a premium user, you can't access this. So whereby it is going to what fetch your brand font and the typography you set for the heading, subheading, and the body. So the heading is like the biggest text. The subheading like the one that follows. Body is like normal text. So but the one is available for free users, I mean non-premium users. So you can access it from this place. So we have under the default text styles. Heading is like the you see this big and bold, unlike the one we saw before. So you can move this and bring it over here. Let's put it in the center. Then you have subheading. Subheading is also bold, but not as bold as what? Not as bold as the heading. Then the third one is with the body, like normal text like this paragraph text above. So let's move this one to here. So you can see. So I'm still going to show us about alignment as well. Alignment, that is another element basically. Alignment in terms of how to align elements to have the same spacing between them. So let me delete this thing. So look at this one. You want to move these three of them. I've showed us before. Click on this to group them together. Select multiple. Select multiple. Click on this one too. Then click on this one too. Then click on group. You can now move this as a O to the center. And you can now ungroup them. You can see just to use our affairs with regards dragging them separately. Okay, so we have the heading here. Okay, apart from that, as I said, Control Z, it's not working. So let me just undo from here. Okay, so that's like another way of adding text. I've showed us that already. Then you have page number. This one will add a page number to every text. So where is this? Where is it? I think it's color white because I can't see it. Is this it? This is it. It's too small. So you have to increase the size. So if you have other pages too, for example, click on add page. So it's you can see it has added it again, but it's small. I don't know. We can edit this by the way. So let's delete this and so let's leave this for now. Let's leave this for now. Okay. So back to this space now. Okay, before we go further, I showed us this before too. So these are like the free ones available for us to use. Then we have these font combinations too. You get font combination whereby you want to make something that is fine and big, different styles. Some are available for free, some are available for only premium users. Just go through them and you will see different design that makes sense. That can give you like inspiration. So, anyways, we are done with this part. So let's close this place. Then let's click on this text to add editing to the text, to change the typography, to work on the typography basically. So many things can be done on this. The first thing that we have is that this is the first thing, which is the font that is applied to this. If you click on Canvas Sans, this is the font that is applied to this by default. There are several fonts, there are hundreds of fonts available for use for free. Yes. So you can see start fonts. Start fonts are like bookmarked fonts. that I've saved. Okay, if I'm working on that project, to easily access them. Basically, I started them because I was using them in some project and I wanted to access them easily, to find them easily. That's why I start them. You can start that font too. So I'll show how to do that as well. So if you want to change the font, just click on the font you want to change it to. Proxima Nova. You can see that's change the font. If you want to, okay, now you can click on XM traffic again to change the font. This is the canvas sans that came with it by default. This is another font again, Bricolage Grotesque. So that's showing the font again. DM Sans, that's changed the font. So I'm sure you are seeing the difference between them. Then we have recently used. As I said, if you want to start a font, let's say I want to start this particular font. After you clicked on the font, you will see these three dots in front of it. Click on the three dots, you see start font. Once you start the font, you can scroll up. You will see it among the start fonts. If you want to unstart a font, click on it and click on the three dots and click on unstart font. You understand? Okay. So and again, some fonts have this greater than sign. It means they have different variants. If you click on this, for example, now you have the regular version of the font, like the normal light color, like light weight. Then you have bold as well, which is the big one. So the same thing applies to other fonts. Some have more than two. This is wedges, another font again on its own. You can see. Now, if you have something like this, you see this text has been broken. How do you make it longer? Click on this place. You see this. Sorry. You see this, click on the element first, just once. If you click on it again, it opens the editing pane where we can edit the text. You understand? So, but if you want to just click on it to edit, to pull the text, click on it once and long press this, all these lines, these white shapes inside the lines. So you are used to what to increase the size. Click on it and long press and what? Oh, this is pulling it. Click on it very well and it should do that. Oh, it's still not going. It should work. Mhm. So why is it okay? So it's going now. I was moving it before, so you can see, so that you can actually move it. Then these ones that are on the edges, these are for what? For increasing the size. You can see, for making it bigger. Ha. But this particular one is to what? This particular one is to what? To increase the width. So you can see, aha, you can see what it's doing. So just long press it and pull it. This font is also used for what? For increasing the width. They do with this font size. So let's move this back here. So that's the other font. That's for the first part. The next thing here is the font size. The font size. So for the font size, it's just to show us about okay. If you want to make the font big, if you want to make it small, like different sizes for the font. How do you do that? That is what that one is just for. So let me see which internet I'm on. Oh, so I'm on my internet. That's why it was working. For if for any reason your internet goes off while you're working, for example, I'll show you something now. You see you're offline. If you continue making your designs, you would see one interface that pops up. So let me switch off my internet so you'll be able to see what I'm saying. So you can actually also work on it even when if you're offline. If you're offline. But just that the things you're working on will be saved just as you're working on it. Once you close the page, you will lose everything. So it means if you want to close that page, ensure your internet comes up before you leave that page. If not, you might lose everything you're working on. So let's continue. I have it off already. So after adding the font, then want to change the font size. You can see you can click on minus to reduce the font size. You can see it's going down. You can also click on this to edit maybe to let's say 399 or let's say 300. So click on enter. You can see it becomes bigger. So you can now make this width again. You can see. So uh, you can see that's for the font size. This is the font. This is the font size. Then this is the color. This one over here, where we have this rainbow stuff. Click on it and you see the color drop down. So there are many ways of adding colors to it. Many ways. First is that you come to this box, type a color there. For example, you can type let's say red. Oh, Arabic keyboard. Okay. Come on. I'm trying to use one hand to do this. Yeah, it has gone. So let me delete this back. So click on type red and click on enter. So you see this color red, that's showing the color red. And there are so many other variants of red available as well. So you can see gray, red, red. vivid red, pastel gray red, a lot of them. So you see, I'm offline. This is not going to. Some things will not show when you're offline too. Now, this is what I was saying. This design hasn't been available for offline. Change may be lost if you edit design. So you won't be able to edit anything again. So you click on continue editing and you can continue. So you can see changes may be lost if you edit design. So anything you're working on and your internet is off, before you leave the page, make sure that your internet comes up again, or else you might lose the design. Okay. So if you want to make it available for offline, there's something you can also do. Click on share. Oh, that has to be when your internet is even on. So let me on my internet back to show us how that also works. So that's it. We are working on something like be able to what? So let's see if it connects. Oh, it's not going on. It's having issues again. Okay, so let's wait when it goes on. I'm going to show us that. So let's continue editing. So you change the color by using the color. So you can also cancel this. Then the second part is what text colors. Second part is why you use this selector by feature. If you click on this rainbow stuff, you can move this. You can see you can move this around to change the color. This is this angle here, so the top right and the top left is color top right, top left, yes, top left is color white, bottom left is color black, bottom right is black again, then top right is red. So you have so many variants. That is if you are under this list. You can move this one too. This is the color red here. If you move this one, you move this particular one around. So the current place you are, the top right of that particular place you are is like the maximum color there. So if you come to color blue, for example, color blue, it means this top right is like the peak of the blue. So if you come to yellow, for example, this top right is the peak of the yellow. Down is still black normally, still black. Here to is still black, and here is white. That is how it's been programmed. And you can also have this feature of selecting this, like what is it called? This eyedropper icon. Maybe you have a color somewhere on your screen and you want to select the color. Click on it. So let's say for example now you want to let me see this color now. So you see, I've changed the color to this color here. You understand? Let me do it for another color again. You see this upper part of the screen. Click on it. Oh, it won't show because it's out of Canva. Oh, but basically any color you have on your screen, available on that particular screen on Canva, you can change it to it. Let me try something another color again. For example, let me see. You see this gray color. Let me click on it. You can see it has shown the color to this gray color over here, but this is not visible. So that's how it actually works. So if you click outside Canva, it won't work. It has to be inside Canva over here. So that's why it's not working. So you can see my own color. Look at this picture over here. I click on this now. So it has shown to the color over here. So I was trying to see if it would even give this color of this what is it called? This crown. It's not going. So it's giving us the background color of the text. That's what it's showing. Anyways, let's leave that alone. So that's for the color. Apart from these two, maybe you've edited the color, you want to pick the color, you've seen the colors over here. Click on this part. You can also maybe copy a color X code and come and paste it here too. If you know about X codes. X code are like another way of what is another way of depicting colors. Apart from normal color names, you have X values for colors too. For example, now this is color white. Color white is FFFFF. You can use three ones too. FFF2 is white. And if you make it 6 2, it's still the same thing. Color black is 0000. Color red is what? FF. So it means the first two colors is red. The second two is what? Green. The third two is what? Is blue. RGB. So this FF over here is the what? Is the it starts from 0, 0, 1, 2. X color means what? If you know about those things. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then uh, ah, come on. So then we have A, B, C, D, E, F. So these are the available colors, available values there. So if you now change this maybe from zero, you change it to what, to seven, you see another color entirely. So say, let's say for example, you say something like this, you can see different colors. So you can learn about this color. You can just search, okay, what is the X value of this color? So you can also use that as well. And you can also easily just move it around. Just move it around. But now you're working on a project and they've given you the color to use. Just copy the X color and paste it here, and that does it. Then that is for the use of that. Then you can also use gradients for colors too. So available gradients. So let's say for example, you can change the gradient color. Maybe you want to pick for the first one you want to use, let's say red for example. So let me make it red like this. So for this particular one, click on this one. So let's say for example you want to use, let's say green for example. The third one. So you want to use what? You want to use just the black. If you want to add another color to the gradient again, like you want to have extra colors, click on this one again. Just to add, let me see. Okay, I'm back online. So let's say for example, I want to add blue to it. Click on the blue and what it adds blue to it. So it means it will give it a color that has these four colors as a gradient. You can see what we have here. And there are different styles, either vertical, horizontal, or radial, like sideways, or round, or this one. You can see it's actually kind of beautiful. So that's another thing you can also do with colors. You can remove one, you can remove this one, so it makes just three of them. So that's also another thing about colors. And be careful with colors too. So colors will have rules guiding them. We will take this one too, inshallah. Then we are done with this particular part. Then you can also see colors in this design. For example, now we already have colors that you have in a particular design. If you want to add color to something, let's say for example, you want to add a color to this, you click on this place now. You will see the colors in this design. So you can see them already. This color is the design. This is now a color on its own. You click on this, it gives this to the same color. You should change this to color. Let's say for example, change it to color green, for example. And you come over to this particular one. The colors in this design will now have green. So it's going to check through the design and give you all the colors in the design. If you upload an image, for example, let me show you something. I think I mentioned this before, and I think we've done this too before. Let's say I upload this image, for example. So you can see that if I'm to bring this image here, even if I bring it to this side, just to use this color, I can import an image that has the color I want to use. Click on this body, then come to the color, take the colors in this design. You can see photo colors too. Colors that come with the photo. You can see different colors. This is sky blue. This is like a navy blue. This is like different kind of blues. If you click on this, for example, to change the color to this, you click on this, change the color, you can see. So maybe you have a color you want to use, or maybe you want to make something and you need the color of the brand. You can import the logo of the brand, and the moment you remove this from this place, it goes like that. So you can't see the color over here again. You can see it has gone. So you have to make sure the color, the image is still available on the screen. Okay, so I think that's everything. Then we still have the colors in the design too, which you can actually also use too. Aha. So that is for that. I think I can take away this now. Just take it away to by itself. Then let's come to after changing the colors. Is there anything about other again? Brand kit. I said this earlier before that we can't work on this. Okay. Then the default solid colors. These are a lot of colors that we have, like for normal colors. You can see a lot of them that you can use. So you don't want to go and start checking through. So, but make sure the color you are using, they are colors that are correct. Then we have the default gradient colors. You can see different gradient colors as well that you can actually also use. And yes, you can change all. This changes all the colors in that particular page to the same color. You understand? So this is not actually advisable though. So depending on whatever you are working with. Okay, so I think that already answers that already. Okay, then I think that is all. Okay, so let's just close this. The next thing we have here is what? Is this bold? Look at this B. You see it is not available here. You click on it, it's not good because not every font allows you to bolden it again. You can see this is already bold. You get. If you come to this place now, these are other fonts entirely. This is Canvas Sans. This is Wedges. Canvas Sans is not bold already. So you can see that there is this B. Click on it. You see, you can change between bold and what and light. You can see. So let's keep it as bold. Same thing applies for that ones. But if you have a font that is automatically bold or doesn't support bold, some text don't allow you to bold in them. Some fonts, yeah. Then we have this one to italics. If you click on this, it adds the text as an italicized text. You can see to make it slant. Then you have underline as well, underlines the text. So you can see underline the text. Then what else again? Overline. This is what overline, like a line through the text. So these are things you would use this maybe if you want to make something like, for example, let's use a real life example. Let's say for example you have something like $30 like this. Ha. So to tell the buyer that no, it was $30 before, but now it is what? Let's say you can duplicate this and bring this here, for example. And don't forget this is wide, so reduce the width. Reduce the width. Now it has become smaller. Becoming okay. So something applies to this one too. You can what reduce the width of this one as well. So it is not easy to even use this at all. Then you can now make this not italicized. Remove the italics from this one. So remove the 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 overline, and there shouldn't even be a line there. I can change this to maybe it is now $20. Something like this. This is basically one of the use cases of this overline. You understand? So just to show how it works. Then we have okay. This is where the what is it called? The case. This is where the case actually works. So other things. So let me show us for example with this one now. So you can see it's changing between toggling between what uppercase and lowercase. So you can see all caps and what. Then mm, we have this alignment of the text inside the text container. Every text has a container. This is the container. If you make the container as big as this, once you put this to be, look at this part. It shows that it's on the left side. If you click on this, it takes you to the right side, to the right edge of what of the container. This takes you to the middle. This takes you to the what to the left again. This is justified. So if you don't want to make it to be centered, you can also move this as well. So if you don't want it to be as big as it, you can just reduce the size. So if this is now small like this, means this won't have any effect again, or maybe just a little effect. So you can also just move this to make it in the middle and move it in this form. So this is better. Okay. Then let's take something else again. Then we have this. Maybe you want to create a list of items. So something like this. This is number one. If you enter this text box now and come to this place. If you click on enter, it adds something else again. Click on enter, it adds something else again. So you can see this is like and there are also other ways too. So you can toggle between an unordered list and an ordered list. So this is using one, two, three. This is using what? Using what is it called? This dots. Okay. Then let's see again. Then this is what the alignment, alignment of the text. So if you have this is covering this. Let me see what we can do. This is covering it. So you can see we have letter spacing. The spacing between each letter in a particular word. You can see letter spacing. When we reduce it, the letters join together. They go so close. When we increase it too much, it becomes too far apart. The line spacing is the each particular in program we call it line height. Line height. So the height of the letters. So let me reduce this so you can see what it covers. So let's come back to this first. This is line spacing. You can see so if you have something else again, for example, let me add something else on the next line. So let's say I'm adding this. You can see how jam-packed they are. That's because the line height is very small compared to what is required. So let me come back to this place. So now you can see what it is. You can see. Okay. So that's for line height. Then we have the anchor text as well. So there's so many okay, let's leave this one up. Then we have more settings. So this is the letter spacing again, the line spacing, the formatting. Yeah, and some text too. There are also other ways of superscript and subscript too. So maybe you want to make a text to be like square. So like 2 raised to the power 2, for example. So let me show us something about that. For example, let me see if you can actually work around this. So if you have this, for example, now, and you want to make this to appear as a text that is like raised to power. So you just come to this place. So under more settings. So you add it as this. So it makes the text smaller and takes it up above the normal text level. So you now reduce this size, and you can bring the text over to this text. You can see what it looks like now. So and you can also make it to appear like as we have it in chemical elements like H2O. So you can have it like small text as well. Then let's leave this one for now. So basically you can also explore these ones too and explore them too. Then this is opacity, transparency, because we've spent a lot time already. So I want us to just round this up. So transparency in the sense that the brightness, or should I say the how visible it is. If it is 100, that is the maximum. Zero is the smallest. Zero means it is not even visible. So you can increase this to make it more visible. This is what I'm talking about. So you change this to, let's change the color to solid color like color green. If you bring this here, let me just remove this. Let me remove this. Mm, camera. Okay. Let me. Okay. Oh. Aha. I'm coming now. Wait. Let me go back to it. Mhm. Okay. So, for example, now opacity for this one now to be clearer now. You can see it is becoming lighter. So it's becoming lighter. That's opacity. Then we have the effect. So this one is for maybe you want to add special designs to your text. For example, look at this now. This is a drop. You can change things like direction. Where is it facing? Where is it facing? You can add this too. You can add the offset too. So how far is it from the what? From the y-axis? This is the blur, a lot of them. Then transparency too. How visible is the drop? Then you can add the color. Which color should you add to it? If you use red, for example, it will become more visible. Let me show us how it works. For example, you can see how it is now. Direction is what? It is what? Going up. It is turning round. You can see it's going anti-clockwise or clockwise. Then offset, how much does it pop out? So zero means it does not pop out. Last means what? It pops out a lot. Direction is where it should be facing. You can see the direction it's facing. Then the blur is how visible it is. Sorry, how sharp how sharp is it? That is what the blur. You can see it's very sharp here, but it's blur here. Transparency is what? How visible is it? You can see this is not visible, then it's becoming visible and becomes maximum. So that is what that one is for. Then you can also remove effects from this place. Then we have other ones too. You can remove this effect if you want to remove it. Then we have this glow as well, like the outer, more like shadow, something like shadow. So intensity, how much should it be? You can see. And you can also uh add other ones too. You can remove this one too if you want to remove it. So then we have echo as well. So echo is more like a vibration on the what on the outside. So you can see. Let me change the color to something that we can see so that I'm a little bit. So direction and see where is it facing. Offset is how much does it come out. Don't forget from the last one. Offset how much it come out. Then direction also where is it facing. You can see. So then we have other ones too. Let me remove the effect. So just explore these ones. Look at glitch. So direction to as well. Offset. So you can see you can also add colors. So let's say you want to add color red and color, let me see, and color, let's say color blue. So you can see. So something like this. Anyways, just explore these things. And you also have this one to under the effects. We have the shape. So a curved text heading. You would see maybe this in logos. Very, very common. How curved should it be? You can also what you can see. You can also what work around this thing. Aha. So you can work around this thing. Okay, then we have the advanced, neon light, TV static. Just walk through all these ones and explore them all. So let's remove the effect. Then animate. As I said, we'll come to animation in detail later, inshallah. Then position. Position of this particular text in relation to other elements there. So if you check this now. This element now, it is not on other elements. Like there's no background, there's no container for it. That is why we are not having this. But if you, for example, let's say we add an element to it now. Let me add an element, maybe like a square, for example. Let's add a square, or let's make the rectangle. So let me bring this to this place. Uh, and you can see now, this is now on something. Let's change the color to something else. Let's say color red. Now we have this now. If you now come to this text, I'll come to the words. Let me close this. You see, we are having these three dots. Click on it here, or let's just come over and remove this. Cool it. Then you come to position. Now you can see that we now have this over here because now the element is now on something else. But before, when this element, if you remove this and bring it here, look at this element now. This is not visible because it is not on something else. So let's just undo. Now, do you want this element to be the top or to be under the container? If you take this backward, it goes back. You can bring it to the front or what or forward. It brings it what? It brings it to the forward to the front. You understand? So let's just leave that aside. Then we have aligned page. So how should it be aligned with respect to the particular page we are? Top, it means to the upper part of the screen of the page. Then left means what? Go on the left side. Then middle means taking it to the middle. Eh? The center, take to the center. So there are two views, vertical and horizontal. So we also have bottom and also have what right. So those are the ones available. Then we have the advanced, which is the width. Can change the width over here, the width of the text. So which is like the font size. Change this to let's say 120. Click on enter. It becomes what? It becomes smaller. So you can actually, oops, taking us to the next page. So you can come over here and increase the width back. Increase the width back. This is very, very easy to do. Just increase the width back. So this width is what is increasing. This space here, what is increasing. So what we do is just this. Okay, like this. The height as well. So okay, let's leave the height alone. Then the x and y, which is how far it is from what from the initial positions. If you change this to maybe for example now 100. So Omar move text to what to the left. Then this x, I'm always confused with all these things. X is the horizontal level, yes, and y is the vertical. Uh-huh. So we change this to what? Let's say, for example, let's say 1000, for example, now. So 1000 pixels from the top. That is the y. Uh-huh. X is what? It means we have it what? 100 pixels from the what? From the x. That is from the left side. So that's how it works. Okay, so I think then they rotate. Maybe you want to rotate it so you can see. Rotate it maybe by let's say 20 degrees. Where is okay, this is over. You can see. So that's how it works. So I think that's basically everything about the typography. So we've learned already how to add text, edit text, change font, change text size, change color, the alignment, and we've learned spacing, positioning, and every other thing as well. So we can call it a day from here. We can stop here for today, inshallah. Then like us understanding of everything we've learned may make it easy for us to be able to implement. So your assignment for this now, your assignment. So you'll be creating 3 pages. Create 3 pages. Each should have each page should have what text on them. So in the text, you write your name. So write your name as a heading. You know, I already showed you about heading, subheading, and what's normal text. So write your name as heading on the first page. Write your, let me see, like write your title in the subheading. Maybe if you are a front-end developer, write it there. Maybe you are a baker, write it there for subheading. Then in the body normal text, just write a few like a paragraph about yourself. Then the text should have three different colors. For the first page, second page, third page. So for the first page, that will be about yourself. Second page should be on what? Let me see. Second page, write about your school. The body would be the name of your school. Sorry, the heading, name of your school. Subheading, the location of your school. Paragraph, just a brief about your school for the third one. The third one now about your, let me see, about yourself, about the first page. Second page about your, what do they call, your school. The third page should be, let's say, okay, yes, your best color. Is that actually fine? No, no, don't. Okay, the heading should be my best color. The no, don't do that. Let's do something realistic. The third one should be what your career goals, what you want to be, what you plan to be. The heading should be what maybe medical doctor, maybe engineer. The subheading should be what like a brief description of what of the job. Then the body should now contain. Okay, I think it's kind of personal. Let's not work on this. Okay, let's just leave it with 2 pages then. And those 2 pages, as I said, they should have different colors, they should have different font size. And before you even do the assignments, make sure you practice everything we did today. Practice them in the video, I mean, in your own Canva, and before you do the assignment, so that you're able to, what, to explore the things we explored. You can design it as much as you want. Just make sure that what there are three texts per what per per page for those 2 pages. The first one about yourself, second one about your what your school. So ensure you also go through all these things so you'll be able to what to understand them better. Go through all these things. You can use any of the stars you want from everything we have here, but just ensure you have what the heading, the subheading, and the what and the body. Now, barakallahu fikum, zadakumullahu ilman wa fahman. Don't forget the assignment as well. Submit before the deadline. Now, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.